AA into going into a baccalaureate degree. That's that third track. That's actually where we need to go and where we need to be, and we need to do it with efficacy and again with urgency. Time is a killer. I've said it before, y'all have heard it. Time is a killer of dreams. And our students are full of dreams. Let's help them make it happen. We're all here to do that piece, and I want to thank this. I've been waiting for this particular presentation. Anyway, so thank you so much.
Thank you. I'm at a loss of words because I'm so happy that we're having this presentation. Thank you to the Chancellor's Office. Thank you to BP Aguinaldo for making this, you know, this conversation possible. And thank you to your respective institutions for having these models and programs in place. I will say this, I'm a strong believer, if you build it, they will come. So if you have that system in place, I mean, it just speaks volumes. I will share a personal story that as of just a few weeks ago, last semester, at the same time, I was a Board of Governors member, a student trustee, and the student body president of my school, and I felt imposter syndrome. So if me, a 36-year-old student, feels imposter syndrome, I could just fathom, what other students may feel. So kind of echo the words in which BOG member Perry said earlier, what could we do to kind of create this conversation, that framework, obviously, where more schools kind of realize that this is a DI issue, that we got to make sure that students who make up older students, working, re-emerging, whatever term we use, because I know non-traditional students, we're working on a different term, because we are really the traditional students now. What could we do differently? Because I feel in some areas, I've been in school for quite a while, and then another, I'm a student in more than one just school, and I feel some areas we're going backwards now instead of before when there used to be cohort type organizations, programs for adult continuing education, where they work with you. What happened to those programs? They're not here no more. On the contrary, we have more older students who kind of need that guidance or are seeking that small learning community, that small all-in-one shop where you go to. I mean, just overall changing the ethos of campuses. So I implore to all the CEOs, the trustees who are actually listening to this, you all have the power and it's within your ability to do this. Because if we don't, if our respective community colleges don't, these trade schools, which obviously are very adult friendly, they charge $38,000 a year, but you walk in there and you feel comfortable, you wouldn't think twice of dropping. A good friend of mine spent $38,000 for one semester at a culinary art school with no degree, only because it was 6 months long or however long it is. Instead of going to a school like LA Trade Tech College or Diablo Valley College, could have done that for free through the California Promise Program or something else. So thank you. Definitely looking forward to Vision 2030 and where this goes into place. And I'm really happy today.
Thank you. With that, I'd like to open it up for public comment on this item. Oh, do we have more? Sorry, Lizette is. Yep. Please join us again, Lizette.
Just want to close out where we left off on actions because Vision 2030 is about taking action. And as you heard Board Member Medina mention, again, wisely, leveraging his lived experience as a post-traditional student, there are students out there that are expending all of their hard-earned resources just because they can be offered a program that is a shorter term time frame and they see that light at the end of the tunnel. Why? Because work is a necessity and time is non-negotiable. And so I want to close out with actions. What are we doing next to make sure that we can support all of our colleges in offering those flexible timeframes, that flexible schedule? So in alignment with our strategic directions, we'll be working to support efforts to change our attendance accounting and regulations related to time and the payment for colleges and also the incentives for colleges to offer shorter-term timeframes. A student can complete more often units in the same span of 17 weeks, they can often build 2 terms and earn more units if we use that time wisely. And so we want to focus on that. How do we create those structures and incentives? So next slide. And then just a kind of a quick snapshot, while as a system we've been increasing the number of shorter term courses that we offer, we're still only at around 21%. So lots of room to grow, especially for this population. So just a quick snapshot of that. Next slide. So our overall goals are to support more students that are currently part-time and creating enabling conditions so that they can take more units or be closer to transitioning to full-time. There are multiple benefits to that. If we build schedules where a student can be part-time or full-time with the part-time schedule, they immediately become eligible for Pell Grants, the Student Success and Completion Grant, and others. So we, again, want to build those enabling conditions, and we can do that through institutional action. Next slide, please. Our opportunities here are to, again, to drive equity and opportunities to help build adaptive and flexible adult ed pathways. So really the next evolution of guided pathways to drive innovation and improve persistence. The other piece that we have seen is that when you give students credit for what they've done, and that example of a student that had this experience, if you give them credit, their persistence and completion goes up. But also if you give students a time frame that is more flexible, their completion goes up. And so next slide. Lastly, here's our timeline. And when we mentioned we're taking action immediately, we were serious. So we're presenting this to you as an effort that we want to launch. We'll launch next month with convening a group of stakeholders that have experience in this, that don't become queasy with attendance accounting, and will roll up their sleeves so that we can bring to you draft regulations by January and March, respectively, around short-term courses and credit for prior learning. In September, we also, as we continue to develop this strategic area, we look forward to working with partners on demonstration projects that build on some of the knowledge that we have, like you heard from Chafee, where you're bringing students, employer partners, and you're going to them and recognizing that they need jobs, that they need experience, that they need apprenticeships, and that there are employers ready to bring them on. And so that's what we're looking. So lastly, I want to conclude with a reminder in our last slide as to why we are doing this. And as I mentioned, heard some inspirational stories, but also heart-wrenching. And here's one of them, a female student I got to talk to, that reminded us why we do this. I do this for them to show my daughter that I can do it. And so if she can do it, we can do it. And so we're ready to work. And thank you for your passion. I hope now you are as excited to serve working learners as all of us here.
I think we are. With that, I'd like to open it up to members of the public for any comments they may have on this item.
Public comment period on item 6.4 is now open for virtual attendees. Please use the raise hand feature. Press *9 if you're calling in. I will hand it over to Vice President Aguinaldo to begin with public remarks in Sacramento.
Thank you very much. We just have one public comment from Cheryl Aschenbach.
Thank you. And again, good afternoon. My initial thoughts in terms of a public comment were like, we can't get to where we want to go in terms of offering flexible options for our working adults unless we talk attendance accounting. So Dr. Navarrete, really excited when you got to that slide, and just want to share that having that in the 3 pillars makes elements of the other pillars possible. When we talk about reform to attendance accounting, we can talk about then short-term sequence courses. We can talk about non-credit to credit, online, face-to-face. We can talk about flexible modalities. Without that, it's not a surprise that we only are offering 21.5% of our courses as of, I think it was fall 21, in a short-term format. The current attendance counting methods prioritize full 16 to 18 week on-campus credit courses. And so as Senate Representative, absolutely excited to hear that that is a part of our effort and that we may see our first draft of regulations before January 2024 And I'll share that in fall of '22, so a little less than a year ago, our Senate delegates passed Resolution 7.13, which had a resolved that supported an overhaul of attendance counting, that we, the Academic Senate, work with the California Community College Chancellor's Office and our Chief Instructional Officers, because we had been having conversations with them, to form a task force or work group to explore options for regulatory changes that would overhaul the current attendance accounting rules. and
30
create
seconds.
equitable access for course taking options for the diverse needs of the students in the California community colleges. We're excited to know that those conversations are going to happen and are ready to have a seat at the table with you, we hope. Thank you.
Thank you so much. With that, are there any virtual comments?
There are no virtual comments at this time.
Great, thank you so much. Moving right along, we will go to item 6.5, a brief update on the baccalaureate degree program.
Thank you, President Costa. Board members, I will be super brief. This item is aligned not just with your values, but the implementation of AB 927, and of course, most excitedly, the Vision 2030, with one of our strategic directions to advance equitable baccalaureate degree attainment. The item in front of you shows you the additional baccalaureate degree programs that were approved back in May by our board president, President Costa. We continue to do the additional work for those programs that are pending. And then, of course, we shared with you the timeline for the next few cycles. We look forward to providing you a future update at a future meeting. Happy to answer any questions.
Thank you. Colleagues, any questions or comments on this item? Board Member Grande.
Thank you so much for bringing the update on our community college baccalaureates. I love to see the expansion in the number of programs and the campuses that are participating. And as Tony mentioned, he has done an amazing job bringing on the new baccalaureate institutions with the OG, if we will, the original 15. I do want to question, though, how we're doing with the CSU consultations, and if we're making any headway whatsoever in shortening the time that it takes them to do a review, and where do we stand in terms of duplication in general?
Well, I will say we are always optimistic, but Chancellor Christian has done a lot of work in this area since she started her job. Not only did she welcome the newest chancellor of the CSU just last week, but in addition to that, she asked our team to hire an evaluator that could actually walk us through any differences, but also do an analysis. We are very optimistic because that will expedite any conversations that we are having with our four-year partners. And that analysis was actually due last week. And so we are in the middle of having that additional conversation for the current cycle, right, for the 7 that are pending. As we open up the next 2, we look forward to continuing that contract and doing that evaluation so that we can move much faster. In addition to that, I think using the information that we collect to really look back at our professional development, work with our baccalaureate degree, associations, and all of our stakeholders.
Not seeing any other board comments, I'm going to throw it over to public comment.
The public comment period on item 6.5 is now open. I will hand it over to Vice President Aguinaldo to begin with public remarks in Sacramento.
Thank you very much. We just have one public comment on this item. It's from Howard Stahl. Please approach the podium.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Hello, Chancellor and President Costa. Thank you so much. My name is Howard Stahl, and I serve as the Department Chair of Computer Science Information Systems at Santa Monica College. I'm joined today with my fantastic Workforce Dean, Tricia Ramos, and our CTE Dean, Stephen Sedke. Together in January 2023, as part of Cycle 2, we submitted an application for the baccalaureate degree in cloud computing. This new bachelor's program builds upon a wildly successful regional effort in Los Angeles to develop skills for high-wage jobs in the tech sector for what we call Silicon Beach. That's the tech community in the Southland by SMC. Over the past 5 years, I spearheaded a development of the regional project that created a core associate's degree program supported by Amazon and Microsoft. Those are the 2 biggest cloud platforms, and we've got such a great partnership with Amazon over all these years. Dozens of faculty at 17 local community colleges in LA built a community of practice and developed a core curriculum at all these colleges. In the past 5 years, we've trained over 10,000 students in cloud, and we've helped students earn degrees and certificates in this area. We've run boot camps and many other things to get students certified in this area, and we've worked with dozens of employers to validate our curriculum and connect our students with jobs in this tech field. Many of our graduates have told us that the jobs they want require a bachelor's degree. According to the labor market data, we have more than 108,000 cloud jobs were posted in the LA area, with 63% requiring a bachelor's degree. So we're very excited to offer this new program, and we really think it's exactly what students and employers want. As Chancellor Christian says, you know, our time is now. We're very excited to launch this program, and we really look forward and thank the Chancellor's Office for their efforts on our behalf. Thank you.
Thank you so much. With that, are there any virtual comments on this item?
There are no virtual comments on this item.
Okay, great. Then moving right along, next we have item 6.6. This is a informational item on contracts and grants approved by me as president through our board policy in consultation with the Chancellor's Office. Any board comments? You guys know I make good decisions. Tom asked if it was a threat. I'm like, no. Any comments on this item by the board? With that, I'll open it up to any public comment on the item.
The public comment period on item 6.6 is now open. We have not received any in-person comments, and there are no hands raised at this time.
See, everyone thinks I make good decisions. No comments at all. Next, we move on to item 6.7, board member reports. Board members, any reports? I have Board Member Rawlings.
I just wanted to call out an individual that was here earlier, LeBaron Woodyard, who is one of our deans here at the Chancellor's Office. He has been such an institution at the Chancellor's Office for so many years, and so I just wanted to call out the fact that he's retiring in the next few days.
8 days to be exact.
What's that?
8 days to be exact.
8 days we were sharing today. Yes, he was. LeBaron has done so much in mentoring new leaders of the different constituent groups, particularly. Has been really integral in a lot of our student-facing programs. And so he will definitely have big shoes to fill, although he shared that he has been onboarding his successor, and how she had told him, take your shoes with you because they can't fill them. I'm bringing my own. And so I thought that was a great message that we have someone coming in that is very future focused, is set to make her own mark in our system the way he has. And I know that he is usually just a phone call away from folks. So congratulations, LeBaron.
All right, colleagues, I don't see anybody else with their hand raised, so I'm going to just keep going on. Next, we have the public forum. Are there any members of the public that wish to comment?
Public forum is now open. I will hand it over to Vice President Aguinaldo to begin with public comments in Sacramento.
Thank you very much. We have one public comment from Jeffrey Baum. Jeff knows the drill.
Good afternoon, President Costa, Vice President Aguinaldo, Chancellor Christian, members of the board. First off, I do also want to extend my personal appreciation to LeBaron Woodyard. We worked together. I served 12 years on this board, including 2 terms as president. And every initiative that we passed as policymakers actually was implemented in a large measure due to the leadership and the understanding and the strategy of LeBaron Woodyard, and he's taking with him 30 years of institutional knowledge, and I just can't say enough what an integral part he was and how much he did for us on the board and the system as a whole. So I'm glad to see him get some recognition. I also want to congratulate the 2 new members of the Board of Governors, Member Salas, Member Brown. This is the best board that you could ask to be appointed to. And this is the best time you could even ask to be on this board with the new chancellor and all the opportunities ahead and the vision that she brings. I just want to extend my personal thanks and congratulations to the Board of Governors for their selection of the chancellor and the leadership that she will bring and the transformational opportunity that you have before you. So I'm actually a little jealous that about what you have before you. And I have to say thanks to Member Williams for creating the urgency to continue to focus on the costs and affordability of college. So thank you for continuing to beat the drum on that. I serve as executive
30
director
seconds.
of a philanthropic foundation, and we're going to continue to partner with the system, with you and others in the system to advocate on behalf of students. And there's two other issues that we'll be bringing to the system for consideration going forward. We have a big initiative. We just spoke about adult learners, parent and pregnant, student parents and pregnant and parenting students need special attention and access, and we can't do enough. We supported some legislation to help them get priority registration. We want to do more. And our students who are involved with the justice system and incarcerated students, we worked on legislation and advocacy to make sure that they have access to quality materials and instruction, and really are given that hand back to and up when they are finished with their service. So thank you all for your leadership, and I look forward to working with you going forward. Thank you.
Thanks. Are there any virtual public comments?
President Costa, there are no virtual comments.
All right. Yes, Board Member Medina.
My report really quick. I just want to thank you all once again for such a great meeting. Now, one thing I'm actually, in regards to my report, this summer I was a part of a 2-week fellowship in Washington, D.C. through Meridian International in collaboration with the Community Global Affairs Fellowship. The reason I mention that is because the need about equity-driven type programs, especially for non-traditional students. Many students in that program were actually for non-traditional students, came from backgrounds and which traditionally were not actually representative within, in this case, government, the Department of State, the U.S. intelligence community. And out of 29 fellows, the majority, 7 of them actually, the largest percentage came from California community colleges. So that's something I was really proud about. 5 from LA County, 2 from Northern California, 1 from Riverside. So in the future, I want to get this, see if we could get the chancellor's office somewhere in collaboration, because one thing about the Department of State, they really want to make sure, obviously, going into the 21st century, that they have the best and the brightest to lead this great country. And what better, they could be some sort of partnership within our community college students, obviously, which we have some of the best and the brightest community college students from throughout the country. Now, before I leave that, I actually want to give a big thank you to Chancellor Gonzalez, because the reason I found out through this fellowship was through her, actually. She sent me a message, and next thing you know, I applied and I was selected, and it was one of the best experiences, being in D.C., with the U.S. Department of State, meeting members of the CA, and all that stuff was just something I would have never thought in my wildest dreams I was a part of. And hopefully in the future we could have more California community college students, older, non-traditional students like myself, be a part of programs like this. So thank you.
Thank you, Board Member Medina. With that, the hour is 4:44, and the business of the Board of Governors is now complete. We can adjourn. Thank you.